Of the today's special, and it's the #1 top-selling blender here at HSN. It's our Blendtec, the Designer 650, the top-tier blender that Blendtec make for you and me at home. This is the one that you see in the smoothie bars, the juice bars, the coffee shops, the restaurants. I was lucky enough to be here at midnight this morning, launching this, and I'm excited to be able to close it out with you. My wife and I, Chelsea, have had our Blendtec for over a decade. Yours, like ours, will come with an 8-year warranty, but these things are made to last. Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to talk about feeling better in the new year. We're going to talk about losing weight in the new year. We're going to talk about feeding our body more of the things it needs. We'll talk about replacing 8 different appliances in one. We'll talk about making your own dressings and hummus. We'll talk about making the best juices and smoothies, not eliminating the stems or the skins or the seeds, the nuts. We'll talk about ice being crushed like it was nothing because of the power of over 1,500 watts. Here's what we've got and here's what's left. This is the classic black. This is what we have at home. We love it. This, by the way, notice is the WildSide jar, 5 sides, patented, only Blendtec. This is going to be the white. It's one of the exclusive colors. I have less than 300 before sellout. Notice there's no thing that sticks out the top that you have to stir. It's so intelligent, you don't need to do anything. It even has the pre-programmed cycles. #1 seller is the pomegranate, that really fabulous accent color. This is seafoam, which is like a turquoise. I have about 195 if you want the seafoam. And then over here, this is what we're calling the gray. It's a slate gray with the contrasting black. It's fabulous. As a bonus, we're also going to include the Go jar, which is what I was using to drink my smoothie. So this is normally $129. We're including it at no extra cost today. So if purchased separately, it's $579.90. We're doing it for $299, 6 flex of $83, and we'll send it directly out to your door. Since we're short on time and quantity, and since this is the final presentation of the day, let's get started. My dear friend, the one responsible for making the dreamiest smoothie on earth, the lovely Casey Savage, who travels the world in hopes of converting us all to the wondrous ways of Blendtec.
And by travel the world, you mean Canada to America. But
that's half a world away, isn't it?
It sounds very exotic.
How are you?
I am excellent. You know, this Blendtec blender is like nothing you've ever seen before, and it's my job, and you know, you're a convert, you're a groupie, you're in the club.
I'm in it.
You're in the Blendtec club, you're in the know. I'm gonna convince you that this is the world's most advanced blender, because it truly is. I'm gonna fill this bad boy up, 90-ounce capacity. Does your blender do this at home? You are probably going to say, no, it does not, because I've got grapes, spinach, I have pineapple, cantaloupe with the seeds on top, kiwi with the fuzz, orange, strawberries with the greens on top. I am putting this through quite the test. And if you have a blender at home that is not Blendtec, you're thinking, you know what, lady? This is not gonna work. But I do have a Blendtec blender. It's made in Orem, Utah. It's got this amazing clean preset interface on the front with 6 presets: batters and dressings, margaritas and ice crush, smoothies, ice cream, whole juice, and soup. So I'm going to press the whole juice button. Right. And then Adam and I can do a little walkabout and do whatever we want. Now, what's this missing? I heard you mention it earlier. The stir stick.
No stir stick.
I do not want to babysit my blender.
No.
Okay? I got enough to do in a day. The last thing I want to do is babysit my blender. It's got presets that count down how long it takes to create the perfect whole juice. You're going to hear it rev up, you're going to hear it rev down, and that's totally normal. The engineers at Blendtec create these for pros, for restaurants, smoothie shops, coffee shops, healthy restaurants, vegan establishments, bars. Your favorite tropical destination is probably using the Blendtec blender. And here it is for you, that same commercial quality and those same incredible results. And I know it's got to be almost done. 11 seconds left on that counter down in front. Your Blendtec blender turns off automatically. So if you get distracted, guess what? It's still going to shut off. See that? Again, didn't have the stir stick.
Nope.
Didn't have to take the lid off 3 times mid-cycle to jam a spoon in there.
I haven't got time for that, Casey.
Yeah, if you're used to swearing and cursing at your appliances and your blenders, good news. You know what? No pennies going in the swear jar anymore with a Blendtec blender. It's that phenomenal. So this is the white, and you can see that beautiful smooth green juice. I didn't add liquid to that. I didn't add water. I didn't add anything but fruits and veggies. There's your 8 to 10. Drink one of these a day, and automatically you're healthier than the day before.
You're gonna feel so good and so much better.
So good. You're gonna feel so good, you're gonna hit the gym, and then you're gonna say, I need a protein shake. This Go jar is the first time here at HSN that we've included this. It's basically its own blender.
Yes.
It's like getting 2 blenders.
Yes.
So I'm just going to press that little frozen drink button. The cool thing about this little guy, as it whirls things up, and I'm gonna hold this one right here for you to see, you can actually keep it totally clean and put one of those little party cups inside.
Yeah, the red one, the clear one, anyone.
Anyone you want, exactly. And get perfect results. You can pour it out, and now we have that great protein shake, because you're feeling good, right? You're drinking that green juice. So what makes a Blendtec blender different? Why is this so smooth? Where are the chunks and lumps and hunks? You're just not going to get them. The hunks you're gonna have to find somewhere else, right?
Look at the consistency of this. Folks, just while I remember that we were talking about the 100 best juices and smoothies and healthy snacks, we have 30 left of our amazing full color recipe book with so many wonderful things to inspire you to better health. So I won't mention that again because there's only 30 remaining. Remember, this is the final presentation of the day. Part of the magic is that WildSide jar.
The WildSide jar. The WildSide jar actually is square with a 5th dimension. Why is a Blendtec jar square? Is your blender circular? If it is, you know it doesn't do a good job because it blasts the ingredients out to the side and you stare down at that blade going, why aren't you moving onto the blade? Square jar equals friction. Friction draws the ingredients down, and I can put my hand in and fully touch that blade, that huge 4-inch cold forged steel wingtip blade, because it's blunt. Why is it blunt? You're thinking, hey, I wouldn't be boasting, lady.
Blender?
Major defect. Not at all. That's brilliant engineering, because a sharp blade means you have a weak motor.
Yes.
1,560 watts of power. Look at that steel component. By the way, the direct drive socket, that thing that smells like burning rubber on your cheap blender at home, that's because it is actually cheap rubber. This is steel. That's why you have an 8-year warranty on this, manufactured in the US. Okay, now check this out. I put rice in here. Oh, see how it says right here, error 07?
Yep.
I want to point this out to you because a lot of you asked about this when you get it at home. If you don't press the buttons correctly and intentionally, it's a safety mechanism. So when your cat crawls across the counter, it can't turn on your blender with a paw print. So that's an awesome feature. I'm gonna blast this up and take a look at that rice. It grabs the rice. It's like something out of Kansas. There goes Toto.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Casey.
Look at that. So now I have a juicer that I've replaced, making that whole juice. I've got my smoothie maker because I use that Go jar, and now I've turned this into a grain mill. Now I'm making grains. Up until a Blendtec blender, I actually had no idea how anything turned into a fine flour from a grain. I just thought you needed some industrial type machine because I never had the power of Blendtec.
Look how fine that is.
Now you've got your rice. You know what rice flour is? Pablum. If you've got a baby at home, now it's your homemade rice cereal.
Great point.
You can take corn and turn it into cornmeal. There's nothing you can't do with this.
You couldn't have done that with a normal blender because this is Tritan plastic. If you did that with a normal blender, it would be scratched like you would not believe.
Oh, you would never see through it again. Tritan is actually has a very glass-like finish to it, and it also is stain resistant. So when I'm doing a tomato soup in just a few, or a turmeric latte, you always end up with that beautiful clean jar. So now I've put that little party cup on top, turn it on, and I get to blast this away. I've got frozen fruit, I've got a little bit of yogurt in here, and so now I can create healthy smoothies to go for my kids. This is their favorite feature because they feel like they're at a little smoothie shop. And I joked with you yesterday, they could plug this in with an extension cord outside in the summer and set up shop and charge a fortune for these. Pay for university, no problem at all.
Oh my God.
I'm starting to get some ideas. Savage Bros smoothie shop.
Oh, that's got a ring to it, Casey.
Yeah.
That's got a ring to it. But look what Casey just did. She's going to put the plastic lid on that and you're good to go. I mean, you are good to go.
How great is that? $5. There we go. The end of my driveway coming this summer.
We did it in seconds.
Yeah.
One quick thing, if you're tuning in, in case you knows, I was driving everybody nuts with this last night. If you're watching, we've done Blendtec Blender Today specials before, and this is the same price, but this is not the same blender. This is the Designer 650. This is the best one you can buy for at home. The only model that's above this is a commercial one, which of course we don't need. So whilst in the past it's been more entry-level models, you're buying the very best that Blendtec has. It's nearly $600 that we're doing for $299.95 and the great flex pay and of course the free shipping and handling and all that good stuff. But this is the last opportunity to get it. If you want the black, the gray, the seafoam, we're now down to the final, there's like 100 here, 100 there. That white is very popular at the moment as well. And of course, pomegranate is extremely popular at this second in time. We have a picture of our kitchen. Me in the kitchen earlier today, I was posing by the Blendtec blender.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, well, because I said to Casey last night, we were talking about it, that we've been using it for so long. Casey, when you have a Blendtec blender,
yeah, you
have it for a long time.
And you know what? Perfect picture because look at that. It fits right underneath your cabinet. It's 15.5 inches high. Everyone I bump into behind the scenes says, hey, you know the leading competitor that's like triple the price, but yet this is more powerful than that one, and this one has a longer warranty than that one? Everyone looks at it and goes, yeah, you have to take it apart. It doesn't fit on the countertop. It's clunky. It looks like it's from the 70s.
Yes.
You're like, you don't know what's going on. This just easily crushes ice.
We're holding nothing back tonight.
Putting ice in there. And how amazing is that? You just heard the motor rev up, and then you hear it make a different noise because I've got Colorado powdered snow conditions here. Not even granules. Powdered snow, and you know what that means.
Go on, time to hit the slopes?
No, margarita time.
Hey!
I came here to get away from the slopes.
You're welcome to come back to our open house anytime. I love that.
It's not an open house until we've got a whole party going on here. So whipping this up, if you've ever had a special margarita maker, you know that the consistency is key with that shaved ice. You need that perfect margarita consistency, especially if it's frozen. Smooth? Okay, check this out. I want you to notice that you get that little peak quality at the top. This is an $11 margarita when you go out to your favorite little spot by the beach. Look at how great that is. But I would say, you know, the company with Adam here is way better than some, you know, random popping by your table in the bar. Look how great that is. Okay, hot melted cheese. Hot melted cheese. 3 words that will set your heart on fire. Instead of the powdered cheese that your kids or maybe even you are using at home for that convenient macaroni meal, and the reason you don't make it is because you think, oh, what a pain to make cheese sauce and I've got to grate the cheese. And anyway, cube cheese, a little bit of hot milk, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then I press that hot soup button and we just let the blender do the work. Big, huge cubes of cheese, Adam. I didn't even have to grate my knuckles to a pulp.
No!
Toss it in, let it do its thing. We're not gonna let it go that whole amount of time, but here's one cool thing about Blendtec. 3-peak horsepower motor means the longer it runs, the hotter the ingredients get.
Yes.
There's no heating element, that's just friction. That's friction. I think our cheese sauce is ready. So guess what, kids? No more powdered cheese in the Savage household. Check this out. Tell me if this does not look incredibly delish. Going awesome is that?
Real food, real cheese, real delicious.
Yum.
You control what goes into it. We're gonna make hot soups, we're gonna do hummus, we're gonna do salsas, we're gonna do smoothies, we're gonna do juices. We can do it all with our Blendtec blender because it can do it all. We are probably T-minus 10 minutes at this moment, or 11 minutes. There's a lot to get through.
I gotta hustle up to show you. Okay, keto bulletproof shake.
Okay.
We've got avocado. We've got coconut milk in there. We've got cocoa powder. I hit one button I walk away because speaking of chocolate and speaking of keto, I'm gonna show you something over here that if that hot cheese didn't get you going, this is absolutely going to work for you. Melted butter, some eggs, cocoa powder. Are you ready to see what I call the vortex of fudge?
The vortex, oh, I've seen the vortex of fudge. When you went to the vortex of fudge, you never come back.
No, you don't want to come back. So I've got the thickest possible ingredients in here. If I was mixing this up with my hands,
yes,
my wrists would be killing me.
Yes, you'd be aching.
I'm taking the lid off. What, did you hear that?
I want to jump inside. Look at it.
I want a little diving board on top and just leap right in.
It's a fudge, it's like Willy Wonka.
That's the perfect view of why this square jar draws those ingredients down. You don't get that on your blender at home. You get a lot of aggravation probably when things don't work. But take a look at this brownie batter. Bye-bye, stand mixer.
Oh,
sorry. You're going out at the garage sale where the Savage Boys are selling their smoothies. Okay.
Now famous, let me tell you.
Savage Bros Smoothie Co.
I said
now it's Smoothie Co.
Money. We're excited that you're shopping for this evening, and we love having this premium brand name. Quite frankly, one of the world's favorite blenders made right here in the United States of America. Comes with an 8-year warranty. This is the Designer 650, which is the top model that they sell for in-home use. The one above this is a commercial grade model. The smoothie bars, the juice bars, the famous bars, this is the one that they have, of course. Today, while supplies last, or up until midnight, we have the lowest price available, best pricing available anywhere, at $299 versus $600 there or thereabouts. To get it home on a flex pay, it's just $83. No, sorry, it's $49.83.
Wow.
It's $49 and change. So it's an affordable way to do it. Flex pay means you get what you want, you pay over time, but there's 0% interest. We've never had a better offer than this right now. Now, what Casey's about to show you is the Go jar. You don't normally get that. That's 130 bucks.
This is its own blender. It has a micronizer blade on it, and I am doing a turmeric elixir, anti-inflammatory, delicious, total kick when it comes to those really fancy schmancy kind of vegan, healthy, fresh kind of bars. Press a button. We've got goji berries, green tea, and turmeric in there, and a little bit of coconut oil.
Yes.
And look at the color of this. It is absolutely gorgeous. While it's whipping up, I hit the smoothie button on my berry citrus smoothie. Look at it go. Don't forget when you get this at home, no babysitting required. It shuts itself off when it's ready. And you get perfect smoothie shop results, coffee shop results, restaurant quality results. It's a commercial quality blender.
Treat yourself to this. I mean, we talk about New Year's resolutions. A happier, healthier, more nutritious 2020 starts with this. There's no easier way to put good foods, real foods, healthy foods into your body. Look at this, just the color alone.
Doesn't that look amazing? Look at that, and then we've got our beautiful turmeric latte. It's the color, and everything you put in your Blendtec blender is fresh.
Cheers.
How can you go wrong? Okay, so you enjoy that. I'm gonna dash over here and get a soup going, because it takes 3 minutes to hot soup.
Did she just say 3 minutes to hot soup? Casey, show me how.
I can't find a can of soup in 3 minutes. I've got fresh tomatoes, basil. I'm popping in some vegetable stock, a little bit of seasoning, put that lid on top, and by seasoning I mean some salt and pepper. Turn it on, press my hot soup button, which is right over here, and let's just leave that go, Adam. Let's just let that soup simmer away.
And it'll be hot soup.
It'll be hot soup, and that's because of the blade, the power of it. Okay, if you're not convinced yet that this blender will absolutely revolutionize your experience in the kitchen, let me appeal to those of you that are trying to reduce dairy in your life.
Yeah.
Those of you that say, I'll have a coffee with almond milk, or I'll have cereal with almond milk, or I'll make chia pudding with my almond milk. You can make any nut milk you want using this. So I'm gonna fire it up. All we have in here are blanched almonds that we soaked overnight, a pinch of Himalayan sea salt, some vanilla, and look at the color of this. This hasn't been sitting in aisle 7 in a Tetra Pak since who knows when. The ingredients are as listed. Almonds, water, vanilla, sea salt. The end. You cannot get any fresher.
I enjoy talking about it because we've had our Blendtec for so long, and it's funny, I was saying to Casey before, when Chelsea and I bought our Blendtec, you know, a decade ago, I remember at the time saying, this should be on HSN. This should be HSN, right?
You're the reason it's here.
Well, I'm so pleased that it finally is, and in our kitchen at home, it sits on the counter, and it lives on the counter, because
you never move it. You would never.
It.
You're always using it.
Yes.
Dishwasher safe on the top rack, or just take a little dish soap and some water, pulse it a couple times, give it a rinse. Honestly, my kids are fighting over it all day, so it's always just freshly cleaned, ready for another round. Now, we didn't do this last night, but I want to show you this.
Okay.
I've got cube cheese again.
Okay.
I've got some Mexican seasoning.
Ooh.
And I've got some warm milk, and here's why. Earlier, when we made the hot cheese sauce,
yes,
I went to bed and I was tossing and turning.
Yes.
Mostly because it was the middle of the morning. And I thought, you know what? People love hot cheese.
Right.
Queso.
Right.
Let's do queso in the Blendtec blender. So now we've got our nachos, and where was this Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh my God. Guys, look at this.
You've got to try this. Grab a chip.
I can't wait.
And give it a little dip. This is your one blender. I don't even want to call it a blender. Just call it, like, you know, an appliance of excellence that's going to transform your kitchen experience. Is that not delish? Is that not delish?
Okay, real fast. I'm going to do one last time over here, real quick, I promise, real fast. Guys, before we say goodbye to Casey, this is the final presentation of the night, I'd love you to order this. I know it's an investment, I do, but you'll have it for many years. We're all fed up and tired of buying blenders for $60, $70 and them not doing it, not being able to cope with the ice, the harder ingredients. We can throw anything in here. The skins, the stems, the nuts. There's a series on YouTube called Will It Blend with Tom Dickinson, who is the founder of this company, and it's famous because as a way to show off what this can do, he blends everything from golf clubs to iPhones. I mean, it's nuts. This thing is a monster. Never before have we had a value like this. Okay, black, down to the final few dozen. Sorry, that was in the white, the final few dozen. Black, #1 most popular. Last chance if you want the white. This is pomegranate, #1 color. Seafoam, nearly sold out. Nearly sold out of the seafoam. It's a turquoise. And then, of course, we have our slate gray over this side. Everybody gets the signature patented WildSide jar, which is a part of the magic. And you're also going to get your Go jar, which is on the go, on the move. Smoothies out the door in the morning. It's fabulous. The reason why we've sold so many is because in the market, it's nearly $600. We have got it while supplies last for $299.95 with free shipping and 6 flex pay.
Wait until you see what I whipped up in the last minute.
I loved this last night.
Blueberry ice cream.
This is delicious.
I've got my hot soup ready to roll, and I'll be making a kid's fruit apple juice.
All in 2 minutes.
All in the 2 minutes that you were just going on and on about how fantastic this blender is. But let's
yammering away.
Yammering away, and I'm in the kitchen doing all the work. Taste how delicious that blueberry ice cream is. If you were using wild blueberries, if they were in season, oh my gosh.
It's heaven.
Why go out? Why go out to get, you know how many ice creams are not even ice cream? You read the label, it's like hydrogenated oil.
As ice cream.
Yeah. Okay, hot soup's on, and you know that hot soup just had tomatoes and basil, a little bit of vegetable stock and seasoning, and you can see the steam. You can see the steam.
Hot soup, hot soup.
Hot soup, and that again is from the friction of that blade. Delicious, fresh, homemade soup in 3 minutes from raw vegetables. Raw vegetables. We've done our whole juice from the juicer.
So healthy.
We made a protein shake. Remember, we turned grains of rice into rice flour.
Yeah,
so now it's a grain mill. It was a juicer, a smoothie maker. Our margarita
maker.
and look, it's still in that perfect form. How about that cheesy macaroni? Remember that cheesy, delicious sauce that we made? Then we had our keto bulletproof shake. Yeah. That was incredible. Over here, we made our turmeric elixir. Fantastic. We went ahead and made a berry citrus smoothie. The fudgy brownies. Remember the vortex of fudge?
How could you forget?